Fantastic.
That was amazing. Thank you.
What a
all.
welcome.
Wow.
I think we have a little preview because we are here to talk about Super Sema, and I'm very excited to see.
Well, what are we waiting for? Trending!
Super Sema is back! And she's ready to take on the world, one technovation at a time.
Let's technovate!
Goodbye, dunia! Karibu detować!
When Dunia is fast asleep, let's all meet at the lab. We've got to save Dunia.
So, buckle up for all new action, all new music, and all new laughs. With your favorite African kid hero. All new episodes of Super Sema.
One day, and I shall triumph forever!
Kid power will change the world.
It looks amazing. Thank you so much, Lupita, Vanessa, Lulu, for being here. I'm very excited to talk to you all about Kukuua, Super Sema. Vanessa and Lulu, I want to start first off to talk about why Kukuua and tell us about this project overall.
So Kukuua is an education, entertainment, and technology company, and we're the creators of the first animated African superhero franchise, and it's called Super Sema. And Super Sema is a 10-year-old African superhero girl, but her superpowers are real. So she uses the power of her mind, STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, as well as her creativity and her determination to fight the evil AI robot with crazy cool inventions that she makes. We released our first season last year and with YouTube Originals, and the channel quickly grew and got 40 million organic views.
Amazing.
We're now released season 2 last Friday, and which you just saw the trailer for, and we have season 3 and season 4 underway. And I think for us, the most exciting part is the community that we're really building around Super Sema. So we have fans from everywhere writing in saying, for the first time, my daughter wants to be a scientist, or my Australian son wants to visit Africa. And I think that's really powerful. Lulu, you want to talk about the vision?
Yeah, so our vision is really to build around Super Sema, our character and story world, a kids franchise for STEAM skills, and have fans interacting not only with the animated series, but also with toys and books, all the way to interactive digital experiences, and really creating multiple touch points for kids to learn and play and interact and be empowered by their favorite characters. So we're really building a whole universe around Super Sema.
Yeah. Lupita, what attracted you to this project? Obviously, you get asked to do a ton of things. What made you say yes to this?
Well, this project was a childhood dream that I never dreamed come true. I grew up in Kenya watching a whole lot of foreign cartoons. One of my favorites was Scooby-Doo. And, but I just didn't have any animations that had characters that looked like me. And so when they approached me and I saw the first season, I watched the whole season, and I was just gobsmacked. I was so excited to think that a new generation could grow up with a dark-skinned girl as one of their heroes. And I think what that does is that it's a subconscious, it creates subconscious value systems for people with dark skin to recognize themselves in a world of imagination, a world of technology and science and creativity, and for people who aren't of dark skin to recognize the humanity of those children as well. So I think it really helps to breed empathy from a very young age. And I was extremely excited that someone else was interested in the things that I'm interested in, and it was a no-brainer for me. And then to learn that it was a team led by these global women, I mean, duh.
Easy, yeah. Vanessa, tell me why Lupita? I mean, obviously, I think representation is so important to the ethos of what you guys are doing, but why this partnership, and tell me about those beginning stages.
Well, I mean, you just saw how inspiring and talented she is, so it was also a duh kind of moment to have her come on board. But I mean, I think what is actually mind-blowing is we have a wall in our Nairobi office full of women that we look up to. So we have Oprah, we have Serena Williams, we have Michelle Obama, and we had Lupita on there. And one of our dreams as a company was that every single one of these women would walk through our office one day. Oh. And so I think we're doing pretty good.
One of them joined the company, so.
Exactly.
Very good.
And yeah, and I think that our motto at Kukuua is that anything is possible. So, and we had to dream big. So we just picked up that phone and dreamt big. And you know, Lupita, through her roles as a superhero, African descent, she wrote an incredible book, Sulwe, that touches on representation, colorism, inclusion. So all of those were values that we wanted Super Sema to embody.
Lulu, I guess you guys actually just closed a recent round of funding, I hear. Tell me more about this and how you've gone about finding investors that match the vision of what you all are trying to accomplish.
Yeah, so Kukuua is backed by venture capital funds. We just closed the Series A round. Some of our investors from our seed round were Echo VC, an African fund, and First Minute Capital, a London-based fund backed by 120 different unicorn founders. And then our Series A was led by Alchemia Investments, and also we welcomed Tencent on board. So we have great investors who really believe in the future of ed tech and entertainment combined and what we're creating around Super Sema.
Amazing. A lot of what Super Sema is about is also just, I think, the evolution of storytelling being more inclusive and diverse. Where do you see entertainment storytelling going and evolving over time? I mean, this is a good question for all three of you, but Lupita, if you want to start.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. The future of storytelling. Well, I think with the advent of social media, we find that stories and the ability to create audience for stories is being decentralized. And now, literally everybody has the opportunity, almost everybody, has the opportunity to tell their story or tell a story in the palm of their hands. And I think that what that does is that the line between where a story begins and where it ends is growing blurrier and blurrier. So for me, the future, I think, of storytelling is way more interactive than presentational. And I think we see that with the different ways that stories are activated. You know, you might have a story in a cinema, but there's different activations on social media and so on and so forth. And because of that decentralization, the gatekeepers are no longer as powerful or as relevant. They actually really need to listen to what people are interested in talking about. And so I think the dynamics between, the power dynamics have shifted and kind of reorganized.
I totally agree. And following up from what you said, Lindsay, for me, I see the future of storytelling being a lot more authentic, a lot more real, diverse, inclusive. I think you can't tell new stories unless you change the storytellers. So I think we're going to see a lot more new voices, unveiling new cultural identities. I think as storytellers, we have the power to shape the cultural dynamic. And I think it's important that we do that, not just through representation, but also inviting new audiences to see through someone else's eyes.
Yeah, and I believe the future of entertainment is going to be way more interactive, immersive, propelled by technology, and having at the center an IP or a franchise so that fans can really go beyond the content itself and enter a story world and interact with the characters in new and exciting different ways.
So, Lupita, what are you envisioning or dreaming about that you want to see come to life with the characters on Super Sema? What is your goal?
Wow. Well, these incredibly talented women and this company have got a lot of cool things in store. And that's another thing that attracted me to them is the vision, not for the now and for the future. There's been a lot of thought put into the steps and the growing of Super Sema universe. And I'm interested, of course, there's the development of commercial goods, but I'm really excited about the experiences. The idea that there will one day be a virtual lab experience where kids can go into the world of Super Sema and try their hand at experiments. And just popularizing and normalizing science, technology, math. These are three things that I was not very good at in school, and there was very little in terms of cool stuff to do with those subjects. So they were challenging to me, and because my school books were just in black and white and it was just not that fun, I kind of let go of trying to pursue my intelligence in that way. And that this company is popularizing those fields that are growing more and more vital in our world, I think is really setting up the new alpha generation for the world that they're inevitably going to live in.
Yeah. I mean, we've also talked about a lot with this. Lulu, do you feel like this, entertainment and education is just inevitable in the metaverse and in all of this technology conversation now?
I believe so. I think one of the most exciting opportunities for the metaverse is the education, which hasn't seen a lot of innovation, and we've seen it specifically through the pandemic with kids stuck on Zoom classes when they could be in amazing virtual environments, learning in really engaging and fun ways. And of course, I think it comes with so many things to think about in terms of safety and creating a safe space for kids, and also combining that with physical activities as well. We don't want kids stuck on online forever, but I think there's so many opportunities to do that and to create literally a wheel where what we're trying to do is have them watch an episode, be inspired, take that, build it with a STEM kit at home at their kitchen table, and then go online and recreate that in the virtual lab alongside their friends, and creating multiple touch points in using all the different parts of the metaverse and the physical opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, this is in the stages where you're still trying to figure out how to take it to the next level. What potential challenges do you see, or what do you feel like is a goal that you have to make sure that you are, taking all of that space in the landscape of metaverse and technology?
For sure, creating a very safe environment and choosing the right platform. We've also just brought on board one of the key thought leaders in the metaverse space, someone called Matthew Balls, and together we're planting the seeds for the next interactive, immersive experiences of Super Sema.
I mean, you guys also just signed with Penguin. Tell me about this venture as well. I think Vanessa or Lupita, one of you can answer this as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Lulu is better for this.
Yeah, I mean, we have books coming out. We just signed with Penguin Random House, so there's going to be a line of Super Sema books, and we kicked off our licensing and merchandising program with toys coming out this fall. We're going to have the Super Sema doll kick off in November, and then next year books, apparel, accessories, stamp kits, and all sorts of other Super Sema merch for our fans to engage with.
Complete takeover. I love it. I love it. What are you all envisioning or excited for in the next 5 years? Like, where do you see this in the next 5 years from now?
We have bold plans.
We have a lot of plans cooking. But I think definitely more content, building a stronger community of fans, and getting more children from all over the world excited about Super Sema and actually technovating and inventing at home and with us.
And offering them the different opportunities to interact with our characters. So through the animated and continuous seasons that we have on YouTube, and the toys, the STEM kits, books, and virtual experiences.
Maybe even a feature film, but I wasn't supposed to say that.
I was hoping for a teaser. So Vanessa, also I wanted to ask you, as you guys grow, how do you see yourself evolving creatively to continue to find inspiration for characters, for new characters, as things grow over the years?
Yeah, I think a lot of our ideas come from our team. So our team is very global, predominantly women. We're from every corner of the world. We have different professional backgrounds, different life experiences. I'm Jamaican from Toronto with science background. You have Lupita, Kenyan from entertainment, Lucrezia, Italian, living in Nairobi with that tech background. And all of these bring different flavors to the secret sauce that we call Super Sema. And I think also the best ideas have come from the kids themselves. So I'm a mother, I have kids, but also some of our fans that we connect to, they're all from the alpha generation of kids who are born with technology at their fingertips, and they are the ones who are going to be leading the change for this next generation. So some of the ideas that they bring to the table are some of the have been the most interesting and the ones that have been really inspiring to work with.
Amazing. So Lupita, you're obviously such a role model for so many young women, specifically women of color. What do you want to see as the evolution of this and your role continuing in Super Sema?
What do I want to see in...
As your role in this in the future, and how to continue to inspire young women in this?
I feel very honored to be a part of this group and to amplify the voice of Kukuua and Super Sema. I really enjoy the role that I play, to be a sounding board and to really get out of their way so that they can do their work, That's what I spend most of my time doing. And learning from the process. Like I said, science, technology, engineering, and math are not my strong suit. The one thing that is in Super Sema that I understand, I know, is the art, the creativity. So I learned through this process of being a part of Super Sema as well. And I really enjoy that, the ability to demystify those studies, those endeavors, and to make them fun and accessible and doable. I mean, if I could do my life over again, I would have loved to give myself a chance to be scientific, but it's not going to happen. But I look forward to watching the effects of Super Sema on this generation, because what I said about growing up and watching things like Scooby-Doo and He-Man and She-Ra, whatever, is that these cartoons, they had dogs and white people and what have you, and I was able to relate with the humanity behind these characters. They didn't have to look like me for me to love them and for me to see myself in them. But how much sooner I would have learned to love myself if they were characters that looked like me in there too. So what Super Sema offers is the reverse for the world today. For people who are lighter skinned to look at Super Sema and see their humanity in her and aspire to the things that she aspires to and all those characters. So what I look forward to is Super Sema becoming a household name. that is a touch point, that is about the humanity of a Kenyan girl, but also the accessibility, the tangibility of science, technology, and engineering, art, and math.
Amazing. I'm so excited for you all. Tell us, Lulu, Vanessa, any wrap-up of what you want everyone to be so excited about? I mean, obviously you want people to subscribe to the YouTube channel, but any key takeaways from both of you as well?
We're definitely excited for all of you in the audience with kids between the ages of 4 to 8 to go on the YouTube Super Sema channel and watch our episodes. Follow the release of season 2, which is coming out. It's come out on Friday and is releasing throughout the rest of the year. And to technovate, Sema says in every episode, let's technovate. So we hope your kids get to technovate alongside her and become little makers and creators and super technovators.
And don't wait, because we all saw you had phones. You can follow right now.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you all so much. That was amazing. And we're so excited for you all. Thank you.